Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the British Tier 9 premium battleship, the Scarlet Thunder. As always, these videos are designed to give you a sample of the gameplay of the ship, not to be an exhaustive analysis. I recommend the Wargaming Wiki or other content creators. So, the Scarlet Thunder. I want to dig a little bit into that phrase that I always say at the beginning of the videos about how this is not an exhaustive analysis. You are not going to get a detailed breakdown of some of these ships from me, and that's because I only play the ship once. I spent a little bit of time looking at it. I watched some videos. They told me a bunch of things about the Scarlet Thunder, that it's like a Duncan, but with a lion guns, and it has gimped AP, and all of this. And I was like, oh good, shooty shooty bang bang guns. No, I mean, you know, there are so many ships in the game now, and they are so similar to each other. One of the things I want to focus on in this video, I try to make every video be some kind of learning experience, and I think the learning experience here is that this is absolutely just going to be a blowout against my team. The other players on my team, not to throw anybody under the bus, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, but the Surrey on my team is already dev struck off the map, and this game is going to just go right into the tank super fast. And games like that, what do you do, like, as a player, as somebody trying to improve their game, as somebody who's interested in the ins and outs of the game? How do you enjoy a game like that? How do you learn anything from a game like that? I don't have any perfect answers for you. I'll tell you, in this game, what I decided to do is just back off. So I am essentially just here pumping damage into this Alsace, and I'm learning things about the guns on this ship, what the dispersion is like. It's not good, by the way. You can see that dispersion there. Not so great. Definitely a battleship. Definitely on the poorer side. I'm learning things about the armor on this gun, on this ship. How tanky is it? It's 32 everywhere. What does that feel like? So I'm trying to just learn something about the ship and at least have fun shooting the guns. The guns at these higher calibers make these awesome noises. The 419s here, we've got 9 419s. They make a really impressive sound. The end result is not as impressive, but the sound is really good. And I am already up to 48.8k, but not a ton of battle impact. Most of the damage is on that Alsace. This game is just rapidly out of control. I mean, look at the enemy. I don't know how to pronounce that. Vakalen. He just sailed directly into our spawn, and no one seems to be able to kill him. That's how bad this team is. Anyway, yeah, the Scarlet Thunder. So it's a British Tier 9 battleship. It's actually very hard to get, especially these days. So is it worth buying? No, absolutely not. It's not probably even as good as a Duncan, to be honest. So I don't think you need to go out of your way to get it. It's got a kind of odd future retro camo by default. This was part of a retrofuturism event that was run a while back. And I took that camo off just because I tend to play these games without any camos, and I just wanted to show the base of the ship. We are going to get this Algerie. One of the things about blowouts is even the ships on the enemy team will realize it's a blowout, and of course, while it's more fun to be on the winning side of a blowout than the losing side, it's still not that fun. And so a lot of times the enemy ships will start doing silly things just to pad their stats or get more damage. They will just int all the way into spawn, or they will shoot over and over at the same ship just to rack up damage numbers. In a game like this, no one really plays their best, which is a shame. It's a bummer. I wish there was more that Wargaming could do to keep these from happening. I mean, this game is just super duper over. I don't believe we're going to sink anybody else. I don't even think we're going to get all that much damage. We can't get anywhere near the enemy team because there's just way too many of them. But also, if we play conservatively, what's the point of that? We're going to lose the game here soon. And so You don't get any points in this game for having your ship at the end. You might as well use that HP bar, right? So, yeah. I guess the only upside is it's a target-rich environment, but I'm not going to be here very long, and the game's not going to last very long anyway. We have 131 points. Spoiler alert, this is going to go so badly that we are actually going to get pointed out, which very rarely happens to me these days, but we are actually going to hit 0 points. So yeah, the Scarlet Thunder, it's got a big, tasty citadel, really easy for it to take damage broadside, but it's pretty tanky when you're angled like this. I'm already up to 1.4 million in potential damage, and I think I'm going to get pretty close to 2 million. And that's in a blowout. That's in like an 8-minute game. So, I mean, I'm not saying the Scarlet Thunder is a bad ship. This is not a good game to showcase its strengths. Yeah. Probably played a little too aggressively there at the end, but honestly, I just wanted to see if I could get some damage. But I should have backed off a little bit so I could at least use a couple more heals. Sort of pointless, though, because, as I say, the game is actually going to be over here in a minute. Anyway, the Scarlet Thunder is not a bad ship, but honestly, if you are interested in something like the Scarlet Thunder, unless you happen to already own it, then I would just play the Duncan. Or possibly the Lion, but probably the Duncan. Because I think you basically get the same experience. In fact, you get better AP while you still get the same armor. The Scarlet Thunder does have an incredibly good rudder, so handy for things like dodging torpedoes. But because of the way you play the Scarlet Thunder, it doesn't, the rudder is not super important. I'm sure I could have played this game better, but it's just really difficult when they're just such a blowout. It's a shame too, because there were no subs, there were no carriers. This could have been a really interesting game, but nope. There's nothing you can do in games like this. The most important thing is to just stay mentally prepared for the next game. Just get back to port and understand that even the best players have a win rate of like 60% at best. That means you're going to lose 40% of the games. Anyway, that's the Scarlet Thunder, and that's a blowout. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.